Okay. Now can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. You know, every once in a while we can figure these things out, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into chemistry, which is one of the classes that I'm teaching, and I'm going to just show you a little bit about how I set it up.
Oh, okay.
Okay. The thing that I like is once you've set up a class, if you teach it again, you can propagate it. And I'll show you how to do that at the end.
Okay.
So here's the screen that we see as a teacher.
Okay.
Okay. So the first thing is if you go to syllabus, you have two places you can put it in. One, you can put it here as a file or type it in. Or this is Populi just upgraded, so I used to just add it over here.
Right.
So when the kids click on it, they have my syllabus, mine. And I always I always take what they've given me and I make sure it's what I'm going to do. Okay. I try to stay with what they're wanting me to teach, but every once in a while I might have to flip a day, or I've had to update books, especially the editions. So I make sure that's on my syllabus.
Okay.
Okay. I try to put I've already put mine on, as you can see, because I just think that, especially for the book, I want them to purchase the right book, because I've had them purchase the wrong edition before.
Right, right.
And I also sent them actually a text today because last year they all purchased the wrong chemistry books. So I'm like, it has to be this because all your homework's in the book. So
Right.
Okay, so that's like the first thing that I do.
Okay.
Okay. The next is setting up assignments. And this is the most important thing that you do.
Okay.
So with assignments, you can have what's called an assignment group, and you can have what's called an assignment. Mm-hmm. The assignment group would be tests, midterm, final. I have what I call project prepare, which is homework. Okay. And then I would put project prepare number 1, number 2, number 3. So that's how I put in my projects in my assignment.
Under the assignment group or the assignment?
So the first thing is you have to put in the groups. So those are the headings. So I have 4 headings for this class. I have discussion and participation. I have projects. I have final, because there's going to be a bigger final project.
Right.
So I'll go in here and I'll go to assignment group. So my first one is discussion and participation. Okay. And it's 20% of the course. Okay. Okay. You decide how much percentage each of these are. It's totally up to you. Okay. Okay. The next is that I need to add another assignment group. So you can see it went to edit, but we're still adding the assignment groups. You can't add assignments till you have a group to put them in.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. So add an assignment group. My next one is going to be projects. And this is going to be 50% of their grade. Okay. Okay. And then I have one more, which I'm calling the final project. And it's going to be 30% of the course. So we add up to 100. So you could put in there participation, project, quizzes, tests. Those could be your 4 headings, okay? And then, now I'm gonna show you how I put the assignments in to these different assignment groups. So it's kind of just the headings of all of your assignments. So you're gonna come up here and add an assignment. Okay?
Okay.
So there's a lot on this screen. First off, what's the name of the assignment? So this is going to be called Quiz 1. And I've usually put it on a sheet of paper, right?
Yes.
Before I go and start putting it in there. So if you know you're going to give us 2 quizzes, this is how you would put a quiz in.
Got it. Okay.
Okay? So the description could be Quiz 1. And you don't have to put all this in, but I'm just showing you covers lesson 1, chapter 1 and 2. Okay, so they're going to see that. Oh, quiz 1 is on lesson 1, chapter 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that helps them go, oh, this is what this is on. Or it's going to cover weeks 1, 2, and 3.
Uh-huh.
Then you're going to come in here and we have to give it a type of assignment. The type of assignment is a test. Okay, and then there's fixed points, weight questions equally, question points total. So it's just fixed points, and my quiz is 5 points.
Okay.
And then down here, see group? This is our assignment group that we already made. And this is going to be projects and assignments. Okay?
Okay.
Now, the day it's going to be due is going to be the second week. So I taught the first week. I tell them their quiz is there, and then it's going to be due in a week. For you, if you're going to give them in class, then you don't have to worry so much about the due date or availability because it's not going to be on Populi. Okay? So I forgot to write down my dates, but just real quick. Chemistry is, yeah, so the 14th. So it's going to be due on the 14th. And I make them due just before class. Okay. And then you can come here and make it available from a certain time. So I would make the quiz available from the 7th, which is when I teach it. But the time would be at 9 p.m. And then I'm going to make it until the 14th at 5 p.m. Okay? And then you get to decide what the time limit is. So this is chemistry. So I'm going to give them a little bit more time on the quiz than I would normally. Normally, I give about 1 minute per question, which makes it very difficult for them to look things up. Now, you aren't going to have as much trouble. You should be able to do things in class.
Right.
Okay? So I'm going to give them 30 minutes for this. No retakes, keep the highest score. Okay? So this is putting in that assignment. Okay? What's great is I can pull last year's course over, and this is all still done for me. And I just have to go in and tweak a few things. So once you do this for a course, it won't be as much work.
Right, right.
Okay? So that's a
Cool.
save. So we now have assignments down here. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add another assignment. And this one's going to be our final project. Okay? And my description here is analyze the chemistry used in given papers. Okay? And again, they'll get a little handout on a project this big. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
This one I call grade only because they're going to be handing this in or attaching it as a file, which is what I like. I like that they can attach it in Populi as a file. That way it's all remembered in Populi and it's as if I turned everything in.
I see.
Okay, so I really like this part. Okay, and I'm going to grade it at 50 points. And at the beginning of class or the week, probably second week, what I'll do is I will give them my grading rubric, exact instructions of what they're going to be doing. I like a project that's worth 30% of their class to give them, you know, a length of time to be working on it.
Right.
Okay, then group here, you come down. This is final project. Okay, and there'll be a due date, which is going to be the last week. So it'll be the 17th of March.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we can only go to the 10th. They don't have the last week open. So I just pop it in there, give them a time. Time really matters to these people, okay?
Yes.
And I'm going to have it always available, which basically means that I'm giving them free reign to work on this final project the entire course. So
Right.
whenever they feel like putting it in there, they can.
Got it.
Okay? If we don't want them to see it until a certain time, that's when you use availability.
Okay.
Okay? So that is putting in more project things. If you're going to put in a test, you do it just like I did the quiz.
Right.
Okay? And you can put grade only if you're not going to put the test in Populi.
I see. Otherwise, what would I?
Otherwise, you're going to do it. So I'm going to go up here, edit groups. Okay? See here for type, right here, I put test.
Test, I see.
Okay, and I'm going to show you how to put the test in.
Okay.
Okay, and you could have the test where availability, it's not available, where you just need to put in a grade. You're going to want to put it in as grade only. If you want them to take it on Populi, you want to put it in as test. So they're going to hand the final project in. It's going to be similar to what you did for your final, where it's open book, and they're going to analyze some research papers for the chemistry they used to verify either the actual herb itself or the quality control of that herb. So, you know, or research on that herb. So I'm just having them look up the chemistry in the research paper, but it gives them something to do that's not just chemistry.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. And what they'll do is they'll attach it as a file. And I'm going to go into my past course to show you what that looks like on our side, the student side. Okay, so basically your very first thing is put in your syllabus. The next thing is go to assignments, and you need to do your assignment groups first, and then add an assignment.
Okay.
If you're going to put the test in Populi for us to take it on Populi, you put it in like I showed you for the quiz. If you're going to put the grade in, you just put it in like I did the final project.
Okay.
Okay? And the next is lessons. So this is how I do it. Okay? Other people literally just put their stuff in files. So they just add a file. Okay?
Okay.
So you give us those absolutely fantastic handouts that have saved me hours of study. Okay? So you can either add them here, and you can decide when to add them. And it makes sense to me. It says file, add a file. Okay? Or you can set them up ahead of time in what I call lessons.
Okay.
So, okay, I add a lesson, and I literally just say lesson 1. Okay? And it is going to be available on course open student date. Okay? Or date and time. So you can come down here, and chemistry is January 7th, 2020. And I would say 8 a.m. Okay? Save. I don't know what it did. Is that not a date? Okay. So what I'll do is I'll end up listing lesson 1 through 11, which are just the weeks.
Okay.
Okay? And this helps me a lot keeping track of where we are in the course. I like to load most of my course content ahead of time because I work full-time teaching in school. So it's just a little easier for me. But all you got to do is click on the lesson and go to design. And now you can pretty much click anything in there that you would like. So you can put a heading, content, assignment, discussion, a file, or a link. So for physics, they had links to certain YouTubes I wanted them to watch, and they had files of my PowerPoint.
Okay.
Okay? And then you come over here, and for settings, see here, not here, you click on this gray stuff. You can change your availability. So let's say you only want it to come available each week. So Dr. Davies did this with philosophy. The next lesson didn't open until we were done with lesson 2. Wouldn't open till lesson 1 I already taught.
Right.
Okay. I do it different. I just let them, I open them all. And, you know, I'm the type of student that I often go ahead when I have free time because I don't always have free time.
Right.
So,
Right.
but that's how you decide when you're going to make things available.
Okay.
Okay. And again, you can add a heading. This is part 1, part 2, part 3 for the lesson. You could add content where you're typing it in here. Or again, what I usually do is I literally just attach a file, which is what I'm going to teach. So in your case, you might just attach the file, the handout of the herbs we're going to be going over, you know, the pages that you've given us.
So I can click onto file and then just drag in or
Yep. So
Drop the file in.
yep. So I'm going to show you what I do. So I clicked design. I
Mhm.
clicked file.
Okay.
Now right here, I just click on it. And it brings up all of my options. And I'm going to find Wangu chemistry. That's biochem. It doesn't matter. I'm going to, okay. So
Yeah.
I don't know where my chemistry file is. Just going to attach a biology. So I'll come in here, pretend it's chemistry, attach biology, lesson number 1. When it turns green here and says complete, then you click save.
Okay.
Okay?
You have to click save.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay? Now, here's what it will look like. Well, it's not all in yet, but you can see what it'll look like to them by going to view.
Okay.
So just remember to go to design, and you'll have that screen that shows you can go ahead and add a file, which is right there.
Okay.
Okay, and you could literally just put in the file of the sheets that you gave us, and then we would have to remember to print them before we come in, which is what most of the students do.
Okay.
Or a lot of the students look at it on their computers while you're teaching.
Right.
It's just up to the student. I print because I'm old.
Right. Me too. I like printing. I like the hard
Yes.
copy.
Yes. So a link can be, you're going to go grab it off the web somewhere. And so for physics, I had a bunch of YouTube videos. For one of my classes in chemistry, they're going to have a whole bunch of videos to watch because I'll be gone. And so I just did a video myself, and I did, I found a bunch of videos for them to do for that class time.
Oh, cool.
So then I just give them the link so they can get to it. Okay? Okay. So that's the lessons.
Okay.
Yeah, pull this back over. Okay. So your first is syllabus. Set up all your assignments and weight those assignments. And what's nice is then as those grades come in, we're always seeing right where we're at. We also know,
Okay, that's why, yeah, folks were asking how do they know what their grades are?
yeah.
And okay, all right.
And again, it's, if all you do is hand imprint grades, if you've done your assignment groups and your assignments, then it will weight it out exactly how you want it. So if you want your quizzes to be 10% of the grade and you want participation to be 5% of the grade, and then you want your test to be the rest, then
Right.
you can put it in that way.
Okay.
Okay. And if you say grade only, that means you will input it yourself.
Okay.
Okay. If we're going to put in a test, you come down here to test.
Got it.
And so we know that I have something I put in under the heading or type test because it's sitting here for me. And it has no questions.
Say that again.
I know that I have a test to put in.
Oh, okay, because it's sitting there and it says no questions.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And
you
that
have to then go in there and put it in there.
correct.
Okay.
So what you do is you click on it, and it's very similar to the lessons.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And it even
then you can just add text in there if you don't have a file already. You can just plop it in there.
yeah. In fact, here's what it looks like.
Okay. Okay. And then you can have the question, the answer in there too.
Correct.
Okay.
And if you put a test in, we'll have another tutorial.
Okay.
Okay. I just wanted to show this to you because I think it would be helpful to know how much you can do, but I don't want to overwhelm today.
Okay.
Okay. And the
Well,
assignment,
just knowing that first part, the the syllabus assignments and lessons, that's really helpful just to get that stuff in there.
exactly.
Mhm.
And if you do decide to do some online tests, then I'll come back and help you by showing you how I do it on my end, because I don't want to see your tests, obviously. So, but I can teach you.
Right, of
Okay?
course. Of course.
Okay. And then everything else here isn't so much what you're going to put in. You can click on roster and it tells you who's in the class.
Right.
Okay. You can click on gradebook. It can tell you where everybody's at. And you'll see here that the final project is already listed. So it'll actually list all the way across everything. So to hand put in a grade, you just put edit grades. And now I can put in a grade.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So
So
yeah,
that's what
because
you
in
do.
clinic it's already set up, and I just go to each little thing going across, and okay, so that's how I get to set that up.
Yeah. So I'm going to click cancel because no one did anything yet.
Right.
Okay. So that's gradebook.
Okay. Yeah.
And I personally really like gradebook because what I do is I go here. This is my quick way of seeing if somebody forgot to do something.
Okay.
Okay. And if you go back to roster, you can email or text your students
Oh, I have to do that from roster.
from roster. Yep.
Oh, okay. So email this section.
Yep.
Email. So when I don't understand what that means, email this section.
The whole section would be all these students. Or you can click on one student
Oh, and then the
and
action.
then you can email the selected student.
Okay. So say I wanted to email Madison, I would
Uh-huh.
just click on that, and then there would be a space for me to put in
Yep.
the information to email.
So I want to email or text. So
Okay.
I'm going to just send her happy holidays.
Oh,
So I
okay.
put
Oh,
text.
so that's where the message goes.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then all I have to do is type whatever I want in there and I push send.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
it sends it to me too, which helps if I have to keep track of anything.
Okay.
But this is how I would tell a student, hey, you're behind.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Okay, I noticed that you're behind on an assignment. And in my class, their assignments will make a whole letter grade difference.
Right,
So
right.
they're very good about keeping up with the assignments in my class.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So roster is the way that you can look at contacting the students. You can contact the whole group or individual. And
Okay.
that's actions over here.
Okay.
Okay. Grade book, you just put edit grades, boom, you're
Yeah.
good. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that is really, well, you must have done attendance.
Oh, yes, I do that all. Yeah, that's easy.
Okay.
It is now anyway.
So that's really it. We want to make sure that we've attached our syllabus, which could go here as an upload a file.
Mm-hmm.
And again, this is just where I've put them in the past.
Okay.
Okay. And I try to put the syllabus on as soon as I know for sure I'm teaching,
In the class, right?
because and in the chemistry I really need them to get the right book. So that's why I put it on. And they like it. I mean, a lot of them are like me. I like to, look at what I have coming up. I'm a planner. It's the only reason I can be this busy. So, um, I I really use Populi as a student to keep me on track, which is why I forgot about the first quiz you gave.
Okay.
So, but it all works out. The other thing is, as a student, you'll get, if you go to home, and this works for you too, if you hit home, okay, it gives you alerts. If it's in Populi and your assignment is in there, this is when it's going to open, this is when it's due, it'll actually show up here. So it'll tell me that you have a quiz tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay. Or it'll even list it. It lists events for the next 7 days. So this is sort of like that Grand Central Station of telling me what's, going on.
Right.
So that's another reason why it's nice when the assignments are put in.
Right.
Because then they're going to show here and they're going to come up as an alert. And I have a tendency to go in and look at that. The other thing is, as a teacher, you'll get an alert there that somebody has a question.
Okay.
Okay. So that keeps me kind of on track.
Okay.
Okay. So let me show you previous Populi. Okay. So this is 2 years ago. So you can see that I have the syllabus. Okay. And then I had my assignment groups here.
Okay.
And their weight.
You had 2 midterms, midterm 1 and midterm 2?
Yeah, for this class, the first 3 classes are 7 chapters of just stuff. And then we go into bones and then we do muscles. And I just that stuff needed to be done.
Gotcha.
Okay. And it now is actually an online midterm. But my bone identification is all in class. I refuse to put it online because they need to know this. And the same with our final.
Right.
And then you can kind of see how it was weighted. That first midterm's not worth as much. But it's all anatomical positioning, cells, skin, and tissue. It just didn't fit to have them do that for their midterm of bones, where I make them learn them all. So,
right.
Okay. And then project prepare, for this particular A&P is mostly quizzes, because I make them take a quiz every week to keep up. So those are my assignment groups.
Okay, great.
Okay. And that you do here.
Right, exactly.
Okay. Now I can't make any changes because this one I finalized, which is why it's good to show.
Right.
Okay. You can see they had 6 quizzes, 2 midterms, a final. And their points. And then over here, I don't know if my little screen is in the way. That's why I'm moving this.
Yes, it's fine.
You can see how they're weighted.
Of course, yes.
Okay.
Okay, good.
And then lessons. So basically they get my PowerPoint.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And then, some print it, some watch it online while I'm teaching. Again, it's less paper and more responsibility on them. But what I do as a student is, if I'm at work, I can go on and study without having to bring all of my stuff with me.
Okay.
Okay. And you can see for the lessons, I have them all listed. So lesson 0 is the logistics of the class.
Okay.
Okay. Then tests. This was when I did them all by hand, so I don't have any.
Okay.
Okay. And then this is what the grade book looked like.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that all of this gets listed after you put the assignments in.
Cool.
Okay. In the year, last year was, let's do, I want to show you a quiz. Let's go to biology. I'll show you how the quizzes look. Okay. So here in biology, I did 2 midterms and 2 finals.
Okay.
Okay. And so what this allows me to do is the students really liked it. Okay. So, and it allowed me to kind of go, okay, here's some material. Let's see how you're doing. Here's some more. And it let them know how I tested a little earlier.
Right.
So this is how it looks.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And I can't show you how you can edit it, but the preview tells me what it's going to look like to them.
Right.
And
Oh, cool. That's lovely.
it grades it for you.
Sweet.
And you can go in here and see the history. You could click on Mary, see exactly what she did and which one she got wrong,
Uh-huh.
which I really love.
Yes.
And, oh, I went there. Sorry. View history. You can do an analysis, and here it'll tell you if the class got all one question, everybody got them wrong, then I know to throw that question out or something's wrong.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay. All right.
Any questions?
Well, I'm sure I will have questions, but right now, just knowing how to do how to upload the syllabus and to get the assignments and stuff on there, I think I have that down pretty well now.
Okay, good.
But definitely by the start of the quarter, when it comes to, if I want to upload more detailed stuff, I may have questions on how to do that.
Yeah.
Now, I do have one question. So a lot of, like for herbs too, a lot of the handouts that I have are on my MacBook Pro, so I can upload files from the Pro but pages, but then it would allow me to convert it into a Word file.
Okay, I'm on a Mac, but I use Word for Mac.
Okay.
I would assume, I know that somebody sent me something in Pages.
Mm-hmm.
And it figured it out.
Right.
I would say if you have Word for Mac, it might be better.
So what? Yeah, and then I mean it's kind of moot because at my office I have a PC. So what I do is I will always, if I do any work on the Mac, then I'll email myself a Word file, and then I can just do all that work at my office on the PC.
I do the same thing, and I've gone in Populi and downloaded a file I put on Populi that I wanted to modify.
Okay.
And then you can delete a file.
Okay. Okay. So that's those nuances are things that I would probably have questions on later.
Yep. And most of it is doable.
Yeah.
Okay. And again, I should be able to go into one of my courses and show you on my course, so I wouldn't have to look at your course.
Okay, well, I mean, yeah, I mean, even like for two of the classes, for herbs 2 and for qigong, I don't have Wongu prototype syllabi for those. So
Okay.
I've asked, I've left a message for Dr. Vim to get those to me, but I think she might be away. So, either I think for herbs 2,
Hmm.
it will be kind of easier because I uploaded already the herbs 1. I think I uploaded that one onto Populi, but in any case, I do have a syllabus for herbs 1,
Let me
and
show you
so
how to do it though. You
I
can
can
you can get it.
yeah, if I can get it, it would make it
Okay.
so much easier for me.
So you're going to come up here to search
Oh, up where to search?
up by my picture.
Oh, okay. There's a search thing up there.
Yeah. Do you
Okay.
see this
Let's
where
see
my
if I can move our pictures over. Aha, aha.
right
There we
here?
go. Okay, I see it.
Okay. So search and you just type in what you want.
Oh, okay. Herbs HB302. That's it.
There you go.
Herbology 2 and courses.
Yep. Okay. So what it's going to do is it's going to show you here. See the winter?
Right.
So
Uh-huh.
you're going to click on last year or the year before.
Okay. So I would have access to those.
I do.
Oh, okay, good.
So this is
Oh,
Angela's
oh,
syllabus,
there it is. There's Angela's syllabus. Okay.
and you
So
should be able to literally open it.
okay. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, and then you should have everything to get you started.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, and it right here, this description
Uh-huh.
in the herb classes are pretty straightforward on which ones
That's
you're teaching.
yeah, and that's already on there.
Yep.
It's just the syllabus I couldn't
Hmm.
quite find.
So again, you go up to search,
Yes.
and then you click on a different year it was taught, and you have access to a syllabus. Download it and make it your own.
Got it. And then I can re-upload it into
Uh-huh.
the current quarter.
Let's see if Qigong has one. No.
Okay.
So I'll show you another way to get to it because I have had to work some of these. So Qigong is already going to be in your courses.
Right.
You come over here. There they are. There it is.
Oh, okay.
So there's our syllabus
Okay.
at some
Oh,
point.
look at that.
And you can go ahead and look through different professors and see which one fits you. You can
Okay.
download it and then you make it your own.
Okay.
Okay?
Love it.
So you won't have to wait.
Okay.
Okay?
Wonderful. That's something, those two things I can do those right away, in the
Yep.
next couple days and get those up there.
And text me if you have any questions because I'm going to be at Disneyland, but I'm happy to answer.
You're going to be at Disneyland for tomorrow until how long? Through Christmas?
We'll be there through the 27th late. Yep.
Wow, you're going for 5 days to
Yeah.
Disneyland?
Yes, I've earned it.
Sweet, 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 sweet. Well, have a wonderful time.
Thank you.
And if I have questions, I'm going to wait till after the 27th, and it's
Okay.
fine. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Just have a wonderful time.
I am. You know what I like to do is just go there and have an experience. I know I'll be back, so I don't have to get on everything.
Right,
I'm not the person rushing,
right.
crowding, so I have a lot of fun.
And that should be nice. I mean, it may be a little rainy, so just, prepare for that. But It's gonna be really fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Awesome.
I've never taken a week, so I'm
A
like,
whole week. Wow.
unless I had to lecture or I was, it was work.
Yeah. Cool.
So,
Okay.
okay.
Well,
So,
thanks so
I
much. I
appreciate
so appreciate your help. That's going to be very, very helpful for me.
good, good. And I wanted to record this, but it wasn't being polite. Oh, wait, it looks like it did
I
record.
did record, I think.
Huh. Okay. Cool.
It says recording.
The boys fixed it. That's why you have teenagers, right?
That's right.
So I'll talk to you next week if you have any questions.
Okay, we'll do. Happy
Okay.
holidays and have a
Thank
great
you.
time at Disneyland.
I sure will.
Yay.
Special blessings. Thanks.
Thank you again. Bye.
Stop. Share. And then stop meeting.